What's up YouTube, Capital G here. You guys remember the good old days of wind up 5-card hand loop? Well, they are back because of the new wind up supports. Obviously in Flames of Destruction, wind ups are getting a brand new Link Monster, wind up maintenance ZENMAITY, and when you add that to the fact that we still have wind up Hunter legal in the TCG, they do not have in the OCG, so we can still pull off the wind up loops. Yay! I remember playing out of regionals during Zexa with TG, and I won game 1 against wind ups. Game 2, I went second, didn't get Maxi, he just took away my entire hand. And I was like, all right, scoop. And then game 3, I skill drain and won. It was not very fun playing in, or not playing in wind up loop format, because that was actually one of the most fun formats ever. But it was not fun when you got wind up looped. But yeah, even though that we don't have ZENMAITY legal, as they do have it at 3 in the OCG, it really doesn't matter because we still have 3 Firewall Dragons, and Firewall Dragon just constantly lets you special summon from your hand. And wind ups have a ton of search power, and there are so many ways to like reactivate card effects to get monsters off the field. You can use the new wind up Monster Reborn. It's not new, I don't know why I said that, but you can finally use that card because you can obviously take that wind up monster and use it for a link summon. But let me just go ahead and show you. And basically, to get this combo going, you only have to do one thing, and you're going to see Speedway Terratop used a lot, but basically you just need to be able to get to wind up, or excuse me, you need to be able to get to MX Saber Invoker, and this can be done multiple ways. Instant Fusion for a level 3 monster. You can play things like Gillosaurus, which I'm pretty sure lets you special summon. I think it might let one of your opponents special summons, but there are a lot of like gimmicky level 3 monsters that like special summon themselves. You can run Instant Fusion. Obviously there's Speedway Terratop. Basically you just need to be able to special summon, get to Invoker, and then if your opponent doesn't have a hand trap, they just lose the duel. It's that simple. You have to run a lot of weird stuff. Like you see him going for Asada, you're seeing him, you know, search with the Goki, summon Fuma to get the bamboo. So it's a lot of like bullshit filler you gotta run in this deck, but it doesn't matter because it gets you where you need to go. He has Wind Up Factory. He's going to activate Shark and Magician. The Glow Bulb is chilling on the field. And basically, once he gets the Rat, it's kind of a wrap, basically. So he gets a second copy of Wind Up Factory. And the searching is just going to be incredible. You don't even, like, he doesn't even have Wind Up Carry. What's it called? This is the cool part, right? When he has the DeLorean is going to bounce a ton of cards. And it's nice because it lets you reuse your Wind Up cards. Like, Wind Ups are not hard once per turns. They're only once per turns into those cards, like the each card. So like DeLorean is actually kind of crazy because you can bounce like your factories and whatnot, and you can basically like activate all your cards again. So once he makes a couple of like Firewall Dragons, that's pretty much what he needs to do. He goes for Ancient Fairy Dragon just to get additional normal summons, and it's a long process. Here comes the carrier finally. And at this point, it's just tributing a bunch of monsters until you can get rid of your opponent's hand. You're going to link summon too. In fact, you can like literally make extra link while doing this. He's going to keep using Wind Up Bat, takes a second card out of his opponent's hand, special summon the Bat, just keep link summoning with your carrier, and then just make sure that you keep adding it to your hand with the Wind Up Bat, and then special summoning it with the Firewall Dragon at the same time. You are actually link spamming, and yeah, it's pretty damn derpy because like he has what, triple Firewall Dragon as of right now. Again, keep special summoning. He has the Magician. So the combo is so long I almost forget exactly how it goes. If you want to learn the combo though, I mean, it's going to be kind of imperative because again, if you go first, basically you win. And he needs to take out 2 more cards. Shark, that's 1 card, and I think that, oh yeah, he's going to go for Skoldeet. Skoldeet will give him an additional, actually, no, because it summons to a link point. So I think he's just going to keep using, what's it called? I think he's just going to keep using Firewall Dragon to spam. Wind Up Monster Reborn to go for Gaia. Even though he had extra link, he's like, no, I want that, I want that last card. Summons Exodius, and there it is. There's the final card out of his opponent's hand. And let me just pause for a second to see what your opponent would be dealing with. You don't even really need to get all the cards. Like you saw that you can like leave your opponent with like 2 cards and just play with the field that you have. All right, so 3 cards here, 5, and then 3 more, so that's 8, 9. So you still end up going +4 turn 1, but you take your opponent's entire hand. Plus you have like Firewall, so if they try and summon anything, like the only thing that they can do is just like top deck evenly matched. It's like literally the only out that they can do, and I'm pretty sure you can link up so that your I don't know if you can get your Tri-Gate with 3, but you can definitely get it with 2. I'm not sure if at this point he's just playing for style points or what. But I mean, clearly he has game on board. Maybe he just like, yo, I'm just gonna summon as much. Look at this advantage. This is absolutely stupid. Goes for a Skull D. Don't even need this. This is, holy moly. This is what, that was 6. How many cards can you control in Yu-Gi-Oh now? You can have 13 cards on board because the field spell zone as well. Yeah, this is the disgustingness that is wind-ups. Now, if Firewall Dragon gets hit in the TCG and it ends up going to 1, obviously this combo will be resting pepperonis, but as it currently is, oh my god, this is just disgusting. The amount of just derp that you do with this deck is, and I don't need to really pause, I'll just go ahead and show you what's it called. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. I stopped watching that first duel after he got the last card in his hand because I was just like, well, his opponent clearly can't win. I didn't know he was gonna sit there and derp it up for another, what's it called? I didn't know he was gonna sit there and derp it up for like another 2 minutes. That's what I like to call hot dogging. Hot dogging is when you're just like, you're basically just styling on your opponent. You know that they have no chance of winning. I do it with Altergeist every once in a while. I used to do it with Monarchs when Monarchs were at full power. I would get so much advantage. Like, I knew my opponent had no chance of winning. I was just trying to demoralize them for like game 2 or something like that. But yeah, if you get to Invoker, as long as you don't like fuck your combo up, or I think if you open with Hunter, it might be a problem, but outside of that, like if you don't have Hunter in your hand, as long as you don't fuck your combo up and your opponent doesn't have a hand trap, they lose their entire hand. It's the old school wind up combo. You constantly use DeLorean to like reset your effects. The fact that you can search, the biggest thing is that you can actually search wind up factory now, and the fact that this deck has so many different ways of summoning. You see that you get multiple summons because of Ancient Fairy Dragon. You get a billion summons off Firewall Dragon. You can make Scolded as well, which gives you another normal summon. So yeah, like the ceiling is pretty much the ceiling of this deck is almost like non-existent. I mean, I guess it's only limited by stuff like Max C, and I'm not even sure that, no, I guess Ash Blossom might shut it down, because if somebody Ash Blossoms your Invoker, then your play might actually just stop and you could probably just lose the duel, because I have not looked at this deck, but I'm going to say 99%, there's not going to be any spells in this deck. So yeah, basically you're just looking for a lot of ways of getting to Invoker without using your normal summon. So you have, let me think, Terratop, Instant Fusion will give you 1 level 3. Probably I have to read Gillosaurus, but I remember people use that in Magical Scientist like way back in the day, and it's kind of like that Infernity card, the one that let you the level 4 that had kind of the same effect. I believe that Infernity one, I can't remember what it was, but it was when Infernity were playing the XC version, and I think it let your opponent special summon, but Infernity just didn't care because they could Exciton Knights, and when they popped off, like one monster was not going to save you. So you'll see that this deck can make Extra Link. Let me just pause right quick. Yeah, this deck can make Extra Link like incredibly easy. His opponent already doesn't have a hand, so anything after this is just you messing around. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if he just Dark Hold his own field just for the lulls, but nope, he's not going to do that. No traps required. He still does not have the what's it called? Oh, okay. Oh, this guy is making a comeback. Okay, PogChamp. Does he have a Firewall bounce? Because if he has a Firewall bounce, it might be the end of that. Or let's see how he does with this. He goes into Skull D. Yeah, this feels like he's just messing around too much. All right, he got Regeki as well, so I don't really know what he's doing at this point. Some is Exodius just for the style points. I have a third duel, but I don't think you guys need to watch it. Like, what's the point? I think you get the point that that I'm making in this video. All right, there's Regeki. Everything after this is just like literally him fucking around. Hold on, let's just count damage. 28 plus 25 is what? 53 plus 25 is that 78? Okay, so that's 78 plus the 9. Okay, so yeah, he already had game with the Magician, but finally to the end of the duel. Let me stop this for a second and show you guys what the deck actually looks like. So this is what the deck looks like on paper. It is extremely gimmicky, but what do you expect? Your main goal is to essentially wind up loop your opponent's hand and then kind of just go from there. Like you saw that obviously this deck can do Extra Link turn 1 extremely easily. Kind of crazy how many decks this freaking Bamboo Engine can go into now. I knew Isode was good, but I had no idea the card was actually that good. Isode might be a little OP, man. lot of decks using these bamboo engines. But yeah, this is just a quick pick at the deck. I guess actually the problem of opening with Wind Up Hunter in your hand is kind of solved by running multiple copies. So there should always be one in your deck. I seriously doubt you're ever going to like open with both copies. And there are some options for like having more level 3s. You can run Instant Fusion, which essentially becomes a level 3. There's also Gillosaurus, which does special summon itself from your hand without having to use your normal summon. So yeah, it's a pretty gimmicky deck. I don't know if you need stuff like Magical Mallet. That's just like the epitome of pop off turn 1 or basically don't win the game. Maybe throw in, you could run Ash in this deck and you could definitely normal summon it because it is a level 3 monster. It does help you go into your XM Saber Invoker. So just some things that you got to think about.